Hi, guys. Hmm. I'm actually pretty depressed tonight. Not doing so hot. My marriage fell apart. My my attempts to date have failed miserably. My ability to stay focused and make money, like I was for the first 5 months I was homeless, has diminished. And I don't know what to do. That's the truth of it. Part of me wants to give in to my emotions and start drinking heavily. But see, up here, it's just a remembrance that drinking is not going to solve. Um, it's not going to solve anything. I proved when I'm focused that my YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel, and my podcast grow efficiently because the content is better, my focus is better. But it's hard to focus when everything around you, around your personal life, is falling apart and you can't stop it. It's like quicksand. The harder you fight, the faster you sink. And, even though not a lot of people will watch this live, probably most people that watch it will watch it afterward. If you understand that, let me know in the comments section. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. There's that feeling in your gut when you know things are not going the way they should be going. But there's been some positive things too. At the same thing that life has felt like it's falling apart, there's been some positive things. Like, I now kind of have a home. I live in a travel trailer on a lot. I have an ability to store my clothes again. I don't have to live completely in the car. Now, 3 nights, 4 nights a week, I have a place to stay. It's not a home. It's not a house. The bathroom really doesn't work. But it's like, it's a step in the right direction. I miss my kids. And, being alone for as long as I've been alone, I have found out that 20 years later, dating is really hard, especially for men. You, for us men, no matter what part of the world we're in, no matter if we're in the United States, another country, another state, another world, dating is really hard for us men because the expectations of what we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to come are not the same as they were 20 years ago. Hey, Winter's Night, how you doing? 20 years ago, if you had a really good paying job, hard worker, get up at 3, 4 in the morning, take a shower, eat breakfast, say goodbye to the kids. You you kind of were catch. You were like the guy. There you go. You've been single for 7 years. There you go. But it gets lonely. It gets very lonely. The other positive thing that's kind of occurred, even though I probably look and feel as depressed as I am, there's nothing wrong with being gay. That's awesome. Is I think I found my place in the RV industry. I think I found my home. Because these guys appreciate what I do, and I appreciate them letting me be me and letting me do what I do social media wise. I think I found my place in the world as far as a job. I'm still doing Uber. I'm still doing all the social media stuff for money. But it's like, man, dating is so hard. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm 40 years old, and I thought a hardworking man who's got goals, who has a plan, I thought that would be an attractive thing to ladies. Apparently, from what I'm finding out and what I'm discovering, is even though the internet, yeah, I'm not gay, but I appreciate the offer. I did find out that a lot of the things that are talked about online are very true. A lot of things are very, very true about what women's expectations of men are. Not everything, but a lot of it. So here's the number one thing: height. The height of a man is more important to a woman than his bank account. And it's true. It's very true. It's not fiction. It's not a skit. It's actually true. I've seen and met women that are 5'1", 5'2". I'm 5'10", and they tell me that I'm short. They don't say it in a mean way, but they're looking for men that are a lot taller than me. They're not looking for a minimum height of 6'2". They're looking for really, really tall guys. They're looking for, well, that's good. But again, it's one of those things, and this is a generalized statement. This is just from my experience. Women really want tall men right now. And 6'1", 6'2" is their minimum requirement. The other thing that I've discovered that women require, and has nothing to do with money, they want a man that makes money, but also has time. That's why they're looking for rich men, per se. They're not looking for a rich man to spoil them. They're looking for a rich man because the association is that if you have more money, you have more time. And that's simply just not true. I know a lot of people that are super wealthy, and they have less time than I do. Hi. Well, that's cool, Melanie. Good for you. That's awesome. Okay. The other thing that I have discovered, the third thing women really, really want is a man that doesn't have kids. And again, it has to do with time. So for you men, for men out there, the podcasts that are out there talking about women are hoes and body count and all that stuff, it's not that complicated. It's actually simple. It boils down to one word, and you could sum it up in one sentence. Women want a very tall man that has a lot of time, a lot of free time. And you associate not having kids. So a man that doesn't have kids and is rich is associated with a lot of people, not just women, but men too. With men too, we associate that the more money we have, the more free time we're going to have. And that's just simply not true. You know, I'm very selective of who I approach, or even if I approach anybody. So there is a real serious how do I put this without sounding like a drama queen? When I see these questions that pop up, where are all the good men? Where are all the loyal men, the good men that'll treat me good? I have an answer. We're hiding because we're sick of disappointment. We're sick of being disappointed. We're sick of social media running people's worlds, running people's lives. We're sick of being told at 5'10" that we're too short. We're sick of working 2 jobs to make ends meet, considering even when we have a college degree, we're told that we're not good enough. We're tired of everything being okay for a year and then it's not okay because we're not spontaneous, or we don't have a lot of free time because we work so we can take care of our families. We hide. And that's really how I feel like I need to be doing, is hiding. I don't go on dating apps. At 40 years old, I have decided that it's just better to be alone. I'm not at home. I'm in a trailer. It's a long story, Jack, but there's some positive. And I've had a very rough I've had a really bad week, really rough week. And I was just saying earlier in the live, but there's been some positive things. Like I have this temporary RV travel trailer that I'm staying in on a lot that I can stay here 3-4 nights a week. So I don't have to live in the car every night of the week anymore. Even though I did have some pretty cool adventures doing that. It's been rough. I tried getting to know a young lady. She's not much younger than me. She's probably 6-7 years younger than me, and nice girl. Beautiful eyes, beautiful smile. But the more I have kind of talked to her, the more I've realized that life isn't what it was 20 years ago. You know, I enjoy video editing. I enjoy doing these live streams with folks. I enjoy the content creation process. I love it. I I turned one of my channels, one of my monetized channels. I switched gears and made it a reactions channel because it's just been fun to try to bring out some of my comedic side of things. And so I enjoy that process, but I think a lot of what has occurred to us as human beings is we've allowed this to run our lives and tell us what we like and don't like. I think that's why a lot of good men and even the good women, because there's good women out there, but I believe that a lot of the people that are good, loyal people, hardworking folk, we hide. We hide from the world because we don't want to deal with all the drama and all the game playing and all the bullshit. We would rather go through our lives being alone. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I want to make sure that you understand it's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of great things. I mean, I've had more time being single to do the video content and the social media content creation part of what I do because I'm single. I've had more time to reflect and improve on things that I wasn't so good at. I found home as far as work is concerned, something I didn't have for the last 2 years. But I got, this older travel trailer is in pretty good shape. I mean, the bathroom doesn't work, but that's something I can fix or work on later. So that means I'm still going to be going to the gym to shower and self-care. But I need to go to the gym anyway because I got to start dropping the weight. For the first time in 5 months, I'm ahead on my bills. So there's a lot of positive things about being alone. Does it get lonely? Oh, yeah. It gets lonely as hell. There are nights where I wake up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep. Just a fact of life. Something you just go through. But how many people can say that they have 3 monetized YouTube channels and a monetized TikTok? I mean, I don't make much money off them, a couple $100 a month, but total. But how many people can say that? Not a lot. I got a 4th on the way. It's a Spanish-speaking channel about the RV industry. I've got the Instagram thing kind of somewhat dialed in. I'm learning about some of these other apps and a lot of these other fun and the content creation part of what I do has gotten more and more interesting and more fun. My podcast has gotten more and more fun to do. Pardon me, tired. So there are a lot of positive things it's not all bad, but it doesn't mean that you don't have those moments where you feel depressed. The last 2.5 days have just been killer on my soul. And it's rough in the streets. It really is. It's tough. Your chest tightens up. Your stomach's in knots. So how do you work through it? Well, the best way to work through that stuff is to come up with a game plan. So one of the things I did today was I emptied out the car of all my stuff, backpack, suitcase, all my recording equipment for the podcast, all my canned food I eat when I'm on the road, my shoes, my clean clothes, my dirty clothes. I cleaned it all out. The entire trunk of the car is completely cleaned out. And tomorrow morning, 4 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to wake up, throw on some pants, throw on a jacket, and I'm going to turn on the Uber app. And I'm going to drive tomorrow. And I'm going to try to make, $50, $60 early in the morning. Then I'm going to go to work at 8, which means I'll get to work at 8:30. And I'm going to help a guy out that's trying to sell some trailers by moving the lot around and getting them all squared and plugged away. And then after that, I'm getting there, Walter Sanchez. My heart and soul isn't into it like it was, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I paid off $1,000 worth of debt this month so far, so I'm getting there. Getting closer. I actually started a savings account. Started putting money away into another account that I don't touch. So I haven't done that in a long time. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. This is one of those days. Remember when I said during those live streams when I was doing that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week stream for a while until just shit went wrong? Remember I said there's going to be some good days and there's going to be some bad days? This is one of those bad days. But I've learned that looking at the bad days, you got to find the positive. Another positive I just thought about was that I don't have to worry as much as I used to. My level of worry has gone down. And like what I'm going to do tomorrow afternoon after work, I'm trying to stay away from alcohol. Alcohol makes things worse. Alcohol really makes things worse. Alcohol doesn't help you accomplish goals. Drinking, all it really does is screw with your brain, and you still have your problem the next day. Well, thank you, Hydration. Yeah, okay, I got you. I understand. That's good. Some of the best advice I can give to somebody when they're feeling depressed, like I am right now, is to also look at what can you do to make yourself successful tomorrow. So like I sold a travel trailer today. I got my car cleaned out in the back. Tomorrow morning, if I make $40-50 in the morning doing Uber, when I drive down to Southern California tomorrow, which will take 9 hours because I got to stop to charge the car. If I can make another $40 or $50 tomorrow while I'm driving down to Southern California, it's $100 to $110 day on a travel day. I'm going to spend Tuesday and Wednesday in Southern California. I'm going to help with the fire cleanup and the mudslide cleanup as a volunteer. And then I'm going to Uber afterward both nights before I drive back to Northern California Drive. I haven't had a gentleman's time, and I know what you're referring to, Walter, in almost 3 years. I know what you're talking about. It's been 33 months. 33 months since I've had a gentleman's time. So there's all those like, yeah, no crap, right? How do I live with myself? Oh, I understand that. I understand, Jordan. Yeah, I think having some time in Southern California, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I usually will live stream on the beach. So I was thinking, man, I haven't done a live stream on a Southern California beach in a long time. So I was thinking about doing that one of the 2 days this week. And then on Thursday, I'll drive back early in the morning and, come back to work and just, clear my head. Sometimes just getting a change of environment for a couple of days helps clear your mind, helps you kind of clear out all the cobwebs out of your head. Those things really help. And I really think by the end of this month, I'm actually going to be ahead for once. And it's been a while since I've been ahead. And being ahead is a very positive thing because one of the hardest thought patterns that we have as human beings is trying to get out of a rut, try to get out of our own negative space. And when you're feeling like I do, and you start to realize that dating is not the way to go, swimming is, yep. Just to get back in the gym that I usually go to down in SoCal, just getting some of the little things. Maybe if you guys remember, I have a buddy that owns a boat. Maybe if I can spend one of the nights on the boat and just kind of chill out with him. Some of that stuff really helps. Some of that stuff's very beneficial. And maybe I need to go back to the Red Rock in Vegas for a couple days. I mean, I'm thinking about doing that in March. So, it's been nutty, man. You just got to keep living, man. LIVIN. Just keep on living, man. Keep on living. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking because I could just hang out in the hotel and sleep and bathe, self-care a couple of days. I gotta get back to being me. Yeah, exactly. I gotta get back to being who I was back in November, December. and I lost track of me because I opened myself up emotionally to another human being and opened myself up to the possibility that I might actually find some companionship and maybe some love. And I found out that that's not possible for a guy in my position, and that's not possible for a man that is only 5'10", and that's not really possible for a man that is, a father that cares a lot about their kids and wants to make sure that they are getting the best that they can get. So apparently being a good man, a good father, and a good human being is not what women are necessarily looking for these days in this day and age. I don't really have too many friends. I have some acquaintances that I talk to a lot. I really have, realistically, I have zero what you would call friends. I have acquaintances. I'm going to tell you something about friends. Real friends, when the chips are down, they come through for you. I don't have anybody like that in my life. Acquaintances come in your life when things are great in your life, but as soon as things go downhill, they take a seat somewhere else. I had friends, or I thought I had friends, until I noticed that as soon as my financial situation took a shit and I end up being homeless and living in a car at my age, my so-called friends started to slow fade me, if you get my drift. They slowly did a moonwalk out of my life. That's normal. That's human nature. You can associate that with lions and tigers. When an injured lioness is falling behind the pack doesn't wait. They just keep going. So I'm not mad at them. I'm not depressed. I wouldn't call anybody out. I wouldn't call anybody names. Nothing of that nature. It's human nature. It's animal nature to leave an injured member of a pack behind. So to me, it's something I'm not mad about. Will they come back in my life? Maybe. If they do, would I treat them differently than I used to? Yes, but I wouldn't treat them badly or meanly. I guess the best way to put it is I really don't have anybody in my life that really cares about me. Not in the way that you would traditionally the Hollywood theme of ride together, die together type of friendship is very different from real life. Jordan, you're a very rare person. I would say you're part of 1% of the human population. Most of the human population leave their man behind. Because, again, it's human and animal nature. That's why not everybody runs and joins the military. Because in the military, you have to protect the man to your left. And you're trained to be that way. And most people, I'd say the super majority of human beings can't do that. It's more about self-preservation. Fight or flight type of thing. And I think people are embarrassed of me, too. I think they're embarrassed. Well, anyway, I'm going to go to bed. I just want to come on here and give everybody an update. And I'm going to try to come on here more often because I miss being on here. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining in. And I'll try to come on here tomorrow. Have a good night.